What, Marcy, what?
Do one of those like monster truck ones.
We love monster trucking.
No, I mean like the Sundays.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ARTV live, Arty live, TV live, ArtyloTV live, and now.
I sound like a clickbait ad. That's awful.
We'll give you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
We'll give you the whole seat, but you only need the edge. ArtyTV.
Can I swear? Is swearing okay? Who do you think I am? Queen of England. ArtyTV. Fuck. Do that. Just use that one.
Do you want me to say the parts of the person?
No, I finished it. Next one.
Okay.
That's good enough.
Okay.
Alright everybody, hi, welcome to ARTV. It's a Monday, I am on vacation, and I get to do a show for once. Oh, isn't that fucking great? Said absolutely no one. Anyway, I've been meaning to go back to Dishonored 2 for what feels like a month now. And, you know, maybe we'll get a good hour in. Maybe I'll put even 2 hours in, who knows? I am so willing to play a video game. Absolutely. No stress whatsoever. I can do that for you. Free of charge, really. Alright. How does this run anymore? Alright, clearly everything is in place. That's comforting. I barely even remember what we did last time. All I have a vague memory is that I did a show one night when I was back from work, and I just fucked around the boat for 1 hour, and I think my power went out after that, so I couldn't get any more in. Something like that. The fact that I have downloaded this skill in managing to make 1 hour stretch that far feels pretty good, honestly. Alright. Clockwork soldiers, the Royal Conservatory. While held captive, Anton Sokolov learned the identity of one of Delilah's chief allies, Brianna Ashworth, an architect of the coup that took the throne in Dunwall. Ashworth is powerful and full of secrets. She is building a mysterious device for Delilah. Brianna Ashworth must be eliminated. Avoid Watchtower searchlight. Once you spotted the Watchtower, will send an alarm and attack you.
There will be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
I absolutely want more options. Especially if they are Brand of the Heretic related, which I feel is an apt thing in this case. God, now I need to remember my keybinds. Alright. Alrighty. Many things upon us. There's a ruin there, and oh my god, there's so many bone charms. Nothing back there? Yep. What is it? F.
So far, leading them to an abandoned lighthouse with promises of warm, wet kisses.
These people aggressive to me? Seemingly not. The curse is not going red. So they simply do not care. Yeah, he would have reacted if that was the case already.
If I see anything, I'll run. No, first, I'll yell, then I'll run.
What's going on here?
What's the matter? You saw something?
Let's see what you've got.
Wow, they see a lot.
You parasite! With me. You shouldn't have wandered outside without bodyguards, my lady.
And they know it's her?
Here somewhere.
Lost her.
Oh, that's a chloroform?
Oh, shit. What was that? Come on. Let's have a shit.
Okay. I can, Oh, what do you mean dead? I guess crashing down on them isn't the most... thought it was being clever and careful and all those things that people like. Here I am, just a runt again. Just flammable. Yep. That's nothing. Oh, this is a shop.
Welcome. Obviously, you are someone with refined tastes.
Sure am.
Welcome to my shop. Say, an acquaintance of mine is supposed to be holed up in an office overlooking the Royal Conservatory. Check on them if you're headed that way. I'd check myself, but the streets are locked down. I'd make it worth your time.
I'll think about it.
See anything you like?
Absolutely.
What a pleasant surprise to see.
2 new upgrades available. Blinds enemies. Briefly disrupts clockwork soldiers. Magnetized bullets is crazy. I want that very much. What is that? Safe combination. The shopkeeper's cousin once attended a lecture in a building directly across from the Royal Conservatory, now infested with blood flies. He knows the combination to the safe there. First of all, let's purchase that. Let's purchase that. I don't immediately need anything else. Let's check my upgrades.
Want blueprints for better weaponry.
Sells boats that sting, causing enemies to flee. Stun and blind enemies for a time, sure.
No need to wrap it for you, I suppose.
Magnetized bullets.
I'm certain you'll be satisfied with your purchase.
Each stun mine functions an additional time. Yeah. Alright.
Please visit again soon.
Interesting. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, much text. While held captive Anton Sokolov learned yeah, that's the same text. Safe location. The safe code is 634. Thieves Hideout. The shopkeeper's associate is holed up in an office overlooking the Royal Conservatory. Grant Ashworth might have records about what happened 3 years ago with Delilah Copperspoon. Vice Overseer Byrne has a hidden outpost near the docks. He may have useful information about Brianna. Right. How about Paris? We have 3 runes. All objects decelerate. 4 enemies. I feel like this is very valuable to me, so I will take it. 4 enemies at the same time being eliminated is no small feat.
Welcome back. Please, take your time.
I imagine I can pull some things out of here. Should I really care?
Always a delight to see you.
Ooh. I don't know what that is, but that's funky looking.
What a pleasant surprise to see you again.
He was beaten as a youth. The bone in his jaw never set right. Yet, he refrains from mistreating others.
Here than any district in Canada. And it used to be such a prosperous district too.
Not that I can see.
Just his jaw. Texas, Texas, Texas. God, this fucking ability. Put me up there. Holy shit. Alright, what is it? Royal Conservatory, Shopkeeper's Associate, Burns Informant. Can I go even further up? I feel like I can, because of these pipes. Windmill. And a guy that hates my guts this time. Oh, look at these trees. Holy shit. Alright, that's a new angle.
Don't even know that. I can just go to the eyes.
I wouldn't give for a bottle of pear
Hey!
soda. Hey! Where'd he let him go?
You aren't doing anything!
Wait for my orders!
At your command!
Keep your defenses up!
Not from mercy! I hit hard! Let me show you how I got my stripes!
I've been fighting scum like you since I put on the uniform.
Take it!
I think 2 characters are down out just before one kills the other. I mean, they're all dead, and it's my fault. So clearly stealth and or everything else isn't in the cards anymore. I'm just too bad at it. Mostly because, again, I keep trying to fall off of things, and I can't. Windmill operations, section 21, regular maintenance. First, check wind speed. Windmill will only turn with sufficient wind. Danger, high wind may overcharge security systems. See appendix, wall of light. Ensure gearworks are free of debris. Oil mechanism in accordance with schedule. See section 30. Remove nesting animals or vermin such as birds, rats, or blood flies. During emergency, disengage windmill using lever located on maintenance platform. With windmill disengaged, check wooden blades for cracking or loose supports. Wax wooden blades in accordance with schedule, see section 30. Periodically, gears, blades, and other parts must be repaired or replaced as specified in section 10. This is all to tell me of this, I imagine. Which I don't even know what security countermeasures I disabled, but I disabled them for sure. Completely, in a sense. I'm so mad I killed this. I mean, they killed themselves through my magic, which is comically not so bad, but I guess I did endanger them needlessly, knowing their behavior.
I wonder who that is.
Alright, this is definitely the Abbey of the Everyman. You would think. Conservatory closure extended. A representative from the Royal Conservatory confirmed today that the site's closure has been extended once again with no promise when it might reopen. Curator Brianna Ashworth could not be reached for comment. Readers will remember that an infestation of mites in the Roseboro exhibit forced the closure 6 months ago. Though there have been rumors that no exterminators have been hired, the Roseboro exhibit has to be a prestigious event sponsored by... was to be a prestigious event sponsored by the Academy of Natural Philosophy with hopes of attracting numerous experts and guest lecturers from across the Isles. This important exhibition is now on hold indefinitely due to the extended closure. For hopeful visitors, there's nothing to do but wait for further word. I feel like I entered the same place. No, it's only mildly different. I don't know what kind of strategic advantage this gives me. I imagine none.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's tripwires, breakable doors, and this whole place. Do I even have a sort of possession? I guess I do. But where do I acquire a singular rat? Oh no, I don't have to acquire a rat, don't I?
Yeah, that's nice.
Ah. Yeah, alright. This is the main one. There's no people in here, so I don't know why I'm worried and crouching all the way. Consume my pound of flesh. Let's cross the wall. Okay. Oracular Order divided. Representative of the Sisters of the Oracular Order in Serkonos paid a surprise visit this week to officials at the Grand Palace, delivering a message that calls into doubt the Order's formerly held position on the illegitimacy of our new Empress, Delilah Caldwin. It seems that there is intense disagreement between the sects of the secretive organization. While not a full reversal, the visit to the Grand Palace prompted the following statement from Duke Luca Bell. It pleases me that the Sisters of the Oracular Order have come closer to endorsing our beloved Empress Delilah Caldwin. Her recent and valiant coup is an attempt at restoring the just rule to the Empire, and I advise the oracular order and the ever-stubborn Abbey of the Everyman to immediately embrace Delilah as Empress, accepting her wisdom and authority. We thank the oracular sisters for delivering this vision, and we call for a day of celebration. Meanwhile, Vice Overseer Liam Byrne, speaking on behalf of the Abbey of the Everyman, advises restraint, saying that the latest missives from the oracular order are still being interpreted and debated. Okay, so they have their little qualms with all this. And this was locked and I couldn't... I mean, I wasn't looking at it. To begin with. Silver precious urn for 150. Isn't that something? Steal their bath salts. Another pistol under their thing. As much coins as they can carry. Alarm clock and... Alright. Let's take you over to that bed. So that you look like you're a sleepyhead. More portraiture of somebody. Disarm and loot. Yeah, because there's a tripwire. I forget.
Brianna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while I believed Ashworth has some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the Oracular Order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the Oracular Order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the Oracular Order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
This doesn't give me alternative methodology, though. On the Oracular Order by Douglas Howinkle. Historian. Much has been said about the blind sisters of the Oracular Order. In truth, their eyes function just as well as yours or mine. However, they do endeavor to become blind to distractions and frivolities. They will, if necessity bids them, walk among us, wearing richly hued blindfolds or otherwise covering their eyes. In this way, they remain at all times ready to see things clearly. Decisions are made during cloistered gatherings. Though no others are permitted to observe, the process was described to me, so I render it here with permission. A room is prepared with heavy incense and blessings from the strictures. In a circle sit 30 or more sisters of our order until the room is brimming. We will hear no topic, lest we have each had adequate time to research. Several outcomes will be discussed, and some sisters are specifically tasked with advancing less popular or unlikely scenarios. It is not permitted to remain silent. Every voice must be heard. It may take some time to arrive at a decision, and by then all are quite versed in the myriad consequences and might have lengthy advice for all contingencies. When an opinion is given, it may be as short as a sentence or fill 20 pages. Yet still, one last sister must approve it, the High Oracle herself. New mission clear. Overseer Ben suspicions. Vice Overseer Ben suspects Brian Ashworth is influencing the Oracular Order. Perhaps this is connected to the Oraculum, the occult device that Anton Sokolov mentioned. Learning more about the Oraculum could be useful. I understand. This is a light fixture. Oh, and I could have just gone through here, huh? When I heroically fended off these assailants. Anything here-ish? No, it all seems to be on that side of developments. Which isn't to say that's terrible. I don't like the amount of light available here.
I thought I saw someone right here. Let's check the place, just in case. Hairs on the back of my neck are tingling. I get a feeling something bad.
Locked from the inside. Surely one of you will have forgotten.
Someone is asking for trouble.
Okay, this is one of those "you shouldn't be here" type. The wall is pushing me out things. Something over there. I don't like the front entrance approach. I feel like I can go all the way up, even though that is likely not true. I feel like I need this information just permanently available.
You look great. Enrico said to give you his regards.
That donkey-faced cretin can open his wrist for all I care. Did you bring me something? The silver cigarette case, like we agreed?
No, listen. I can't go on doing this. Stealing for you. I'll lose my job.
Do you want to be a servant all your life? You're always talking about leaving Karnaca on a big white boat, never to come back. You spend your days polishing silver cutlery. Come with me, Beatrix. Let's leave.
Could we really get passage on a ship? What if they find us?
You know I'll protect you, just like when we were kids.
I'll think about it. I promise.
Okay.
This is the Duke. You must all know my voice by now. The new Empress sits on the throne in Gunpoint.
There we go. We've walked around that.
First of her name. May she reign forever. Or some traitors west. Her claim is from morally, tibia. Treason they say Stockholm, north. Someone there.
killed that shit. That was a beekeeper, or whatever they're called. Obviously, my murderous killing spree continues. As I continue to completely disregard any health and safety for stealth. Oh, this is where I input my code that I paid for. 634. Nest keeper, not a beekeeper. Perfect safe combination. I'm certain I saw one of the students in my lecture writing down the combination for my safe. The silver spoon dilettante who wants to make a career as a newspaper journalist. Sneaky fuck. He has chosen a fitting career, and his snobby cousin operates the black market shop nearby, so must run in their well-heeled family. Now I need to ask Marguerite to change the combination to my safe. Ashworth within an existential graph. More imagery. The Southern Winds by Caleb Manley, natural philosopher. Cherished students and learned colleagues, have you not heard the tales of Serkonos and the beauty of its people? I pose questions today that I hope to answer in great detail. Let's start with the ones commonly asked by travelers for many decades. Does the warmer climate affect the spiritual outlook of a people? Are those born in Tivia, Morley, and Bristol possessed of a more taciturn nature through the geographic and meteorological conditions of their birth? And are these subjects influenced by the obscure currents of warmer water and air that are channeled across the dreadful ocean from the Pendician continent itself? We know so little about that far land. In my travels, I have been impressed with the commonality shared across all cultures, but also in the differences. It is my goal to illuminate these areas of inquiry, and I will share at least one spicy Zirconian recipe with you before the day is done. That is all, I'm afraid. Let me turn on my money detection as I pick up this spectacular amber, which I created through my sword. There's a bone charm nearby. Is that so? Oh, it is. It's right there. A corrupt one. You can't regenerate matter when taking damage. Man is drained before health. No, I feel like that was there before. You deal greater damage with your sword. Sword attacks are slower. Enemies miss more often with ranged attacks. You're more visible to enemies. Absolutely not interested.
Let me answer all at once. Disloyalty and sedition will not be tolerated.
Disloyalty and sedition.
He's a patriot. A man who won't stop until he has turned every bit of this land silver into shining coins. I asked him the number of my workers. He did it. No question. No complaints. I needed miners, and he produced them out of thin air. That's the Stockholm spirit. That's what we need.
They gotta fix that synchronization issue with that playback. It's echoing a little bit too hard. Traditional Circonian songs. I will not read that at the moment. Interesting how you're supposed to get there, but I guess it's a closed off little thing. Right, I feel like I might have exhausted my current little rut in here. Right. Should do that. And there's a building here, which leads downwards somewhere. That might be too high. Condemned due to infestation. Any further up way? No. Guess we're going for here. I straight up disintegrated that. Many tripwires. Whispers of the Void by Bernoulli Mulani, Part 2. These little glimpses of the void in dreams are described by those awoken from comas. A coma. I'm in a coma. Not a comma. Let's try that again. These little glimpses of the void in dreams are described by those awoken from comas. Coma. Fuck. I'm so bad at it. Awoken from comas are not limited to select few. In my interviews, I have gleaned that there is not a single citizen with such visions at one time or another. This, then, must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth, or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us, but hidden. Some trick of the light, or wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it. Alright. I studied a lot of formal semantics, but these sentences are fucking with me. And we all but wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place no longer, not the distant and special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are the lakes made of liquid diamond, the clouds of weightless silver gas? And what things we will learn. Again, I wanted to physically pull myself up from that. Oh, there are fucking traps everywhere. Someone was protecting these runes with their goddamn life. But look at this place. This is fantastic. Look at how well they've made this. As they turn it the same monotone color. They're falling down and echoing. That's quite cool. Crime Killer is watching. Flowers, a street lamp by the looks of it. Maybe I can go there later. Let's see what the outsider has to say.
Look at you, making your way across this shuddering city. Brianna Ashworth would have been miserable as a member of high society, forced to wed some bloated banker. Her only moments of real freedom, getting drunk at fancy balls, and slipping away to couple with strangers. It would have ended in an unhappy marriage and a late-night plunge into an icy river. But just before Mother and Father married her off, so many years ago, she found Delilah instead. It was all highways and graveyards after that, never looking back. Vice Overseer Byrne is an ambitious man, but he believes in the Abbey's mission, protecting the good people of the Empire against the likes of us. You know he'd be happier deep down if this ended with Brianna Ashworth's head on a spike. Maybe yours as well.
He said a whole lot of nothing. I mean, I guess reveals a little bit about the state of the world, but I don't know why he insists on talking to me about crap. More traditional Sicanian songs. And we got 2 more. Well, maybe I can't exit. That looks like I could fit, but most likely not. I imagine this place would have been good to visit before I go into the bloodfly dimension. The bloodfly dimension, I meant. There's a 35 over here.
Bring it on. Whatever is happening, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'll have to go down here. See, I wanted to go down instead.
Words out. Someone in a mask or something. Well, just wait till.
Okay, we'll have to read that in a bit. He's gonna be alright. Just didn't trust him to not speak his mind about anything. I wonder if I can open the windows from this side, because it said they were closed. Over here. Nothing too interesting. Right, I think I'm mostly alone in the building. How does that happen? Where are you people?
The color of the sea yesterday. Bad omen. Bad, bad, bad. Even the air is different. Something's coming. I'm sure of it. his face. Well, who was he expecting? The Empress? What a fool.
Pick these up. Give me some coins. See, even there I struggled to drop correctly. I feel like that's such a specific thing that I don't like about this game currently. It's the falling and jumping through things. And they're not really blocked from the other side. What are you talking about? But I guess this gives me an easier way out than going all the way around. Alright. I'd like to be on top of things. Keep closing doors on myself. She's alright, she's alright. Right, now there's some in the conservatory.
What do those walls hide?
Quite a lot. I'd love to ruin that thing's life.
Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here when you call to me. I heard a story once of a sailor caught forever in a fog. It traveled with her across all the seas. I am that sailor. There will come a time when we must part. I only tell you this in the hope to make easier our farewells.
Okay. Oh, there you hate me. That thing I imagine I will circumvent entirely. Yeah, there's nothing there particularly. Everything else is behind it.
An entire shipment of whale oil tanks just gone. Taken right from under their noses. Idiots.
I don't know where she was speaking from. Is that you? There's the place I want to be, but I imagine I'll skip that. Okay, that doesn't let me get in. Can I get on that lamp? Because I didn't really want to fall down here. I did try that and it was too far away.
Smells like piss. What a dump.
That doesn't look like I can get in either. Rats.
Huh? Who's that?
so dead.
Let her go. Bad move.
Now I have to do something about these because there's rats abandoned. But I guess both of them are alive, so that was a strategy I just came up with on the go.
From the fountain to the conservatory basement. There was work being done, so there's a coolness. Maybe some animal crawled in and died. Disgusting. I think someone inside the conservatory would complain. The place is mostly shut. Somebody's still inside. There was a delivery from Jim Ash Clark folks a few days back.
There's a crossbow bolt. Can't believe you here. See, this is good enough. That guy's dead for sure. Hit by a crossbow, no less. I used to think that touching the tripwire is basically springing it. Like, what? As in, like, how can I disarm it from here? I should be able to only disarm it from this. That's my distinct impression. Butterflies. Moths, but not bloodflies. No one's touched this place somehow, magically. Ivory scrimshaw. And other distinct valuables. Royal Conservatory map, that'll be useful, thank you. Get some spring razors, a bone charm, hot cocktail. And reverberation tubing with opportunity. I have a new assignment for one with your unique talents. I'd like you to retrieve the old Roseboro prototype on display at the Royal Conservatory. It's likely well protected, but I'll double the finder's fee. Bring it back to me at the shop. MV. Acquire the Roseboro prototype. So someone left this for me? What a nice gesture. The black market shopkeeper in Syria Gardens desires a specific object from the Royal Conservatory. So that's why he sent me over here. There's your Roseboro prototype, there's your entrance. Burner. Nothing here. Is this an entrance? It feels like an entrance to me. What's the burn charm we just got? Hot cocktail. Exploding bottles inflict damage over a wider area. Do with skill. Your bullets inflict slightly more damage. I don't want my mana to be touched, thank you. I would like to have a separation.
12 weeks have I been at sea, chasing monsters.
Tortured dogs of all varieties. I love how it told me that even before trying it.
The conservatory. I wanted to visit this place with Wyman.
Poor Lucina. She wanted to raise the blood briar, but cannot. After trying to make gravehounds for weeks, she gave up. You should have seen the twisted things she made. All snouts and teeth and tails.
That's just the way it is, dear Parmelia. Delilah wears the outsider's mark, and some of what she can do to us.
It doesn't seem fair.
Think about working your fingers raw. For raising cows to slaughter. Any of the gifts we receive is better than living under the boot.
That's true.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Witches. All over the fucking place. Witches. I hate how I missed because I wasn't peeking through the corner enough. This is why, like, MGS5, a game from 2015, had a system that would tell you if that's true. If you can actually take the shot or not. I'm being fairly pedantic, obviously, but... Is this a silver egg? A singular zirconian banana. In these trying times. I feel like I need to explore much thorougher. And she went behind me. I mean, that's one way. Okay, I have to look at the floor, otherwise I chuck them. Okay. Me is stealthy as an elephant in a china shop, obviously. Okay. Quite nice. Ginger answers, cane sugar, small spoon, nice, handful of nutmeg, fresh. That's a cocktail recipe that the witches want to try out? I'm guessing. That's so many bodies. And this, whatever that is. Paired arrowset feathers hanging in the sky. Or I guess in the air would be more appropriate, but... Alright. What was it? It was one of the normal ones. Fencer. Win locked sword contests more easily. I don't like that. Whatever that sound was, I don't like it. There is witchcraft afoot. What are you? Huh? Map? Okay, we have Ashworth's office there, the Oraculum, and the Roseboro prototype. So, obviously side objectives are a little bit more important to me. I'll take it slow. Taking my blood embers as we go.
Until the next red moon. Let's see. It was 6? 3. I feel her spirit touching me.
Okay. Even more witches abound. Down. Where are they? I guess that message telling me that there's a bone charm nearby is useful. Partially.
Better have a look. Too late. Better search.
Hey. Smart cookie, huh? Black bone charm. Dark extraction. Which is... Shadow Walk Assassination restores some health. Okay, not interested. The Foreign Curse, written and researched by Tabitha Alba. The Great Rat Plague, the Spreading Death, the Foreign Curse. These are names we give to the disease that bloomed briefly, taking tens of thousands of lives as it spread across Bristol, from home to home, town to town, preferring neither rich nor poor. The capital city of Dunwall suffered the most, settled so thickly by both people and rats. Many feared the plague would spread to Serkonos, but even beyond the naval blockade affected at the time, several factors kept the sickness from reaching our shores. First, in Serkonos, the population of disease-carrying rats was kept in check by bloodflies. Natural enemies, rats are known to feed on bloodfly larvae and then fully mature bloodflies lay their eggs in rats. Second, it is simply true that Zirconians are healthier than most, with the best foods, morning constitutionals, what the fuck is that? Morning constitutionals, and a strong work ethic. We have some immunity to diseases that affect less vibrant folk. Lastly, mining dust was found in trace amounts in Zirconians even during the time of Dunwall's Great Crisis, and the dust played a critical role. It is true that the plague was spread by rats, but some natural philosophers now believe that it also carried on wind currents. As much as we can be thankful that in addition to bringing us wealth from silver, the mines also protected us from great plague in living memory. Oh, so silver dust acting as like a filter? That's funny. Someone was clever thinking that up. What is that? That is a skeleton. And the Roseboro prototype is all the way down there. Okay. Plan of action. Let's find out. That one seems like it's closest to me ideologically at the current time, so let's go there. Or maybe not. Nope.
Sokolov was taken on his way. Who would want that?
There's a lot of magic.
These are...
The original lenses Jindosh and I devised for the Oraculum were horribly flawed. Rather than focusing the energies of the void, the faulty lenses scattered them. My head was filled with noise, and the spiritual channeling linked me to Delilah's magic was nearly extinguished. I will not cease my efforts until our coven controls the Sisters of the Oracular Order, but I know now that I proceed at grave risk. The old lenses could have been my ruin. They are stored in my workshop for now, but must be destroyed.
Might be linked to what Ashworth is working on.
They sure are, honey. That is quite a lot. Install the discarded lenses.
I meant nothing to my fine family. Beyond an advantageous marriage and years of childhood. They promised me to a man 3 times my age who teased on about home touching the void and happened on the way.
Blood and biscuits.
There are so many conversations going on at the same time. Collection of discarded lenses bearing Kirin Jindosh's characteristic craftsmanship etched with occult markings. Taking a non-lethal approach will create less chaos, resulting in a more optimistic ending. Sabotage the Oraculum by installing the discarded lenses.
I look forward to using it myself.
Can I, in my stupidity, sit on the beds?
I wouldn't want to see myself like that. I'd rather have my portrait painted by Delilah.
There's a quality to Brianna's style I prefer. Touched by something from deep down where there's no light. Within this room and the cold, dead time to crash there! Grind your skull into
That was one more. Again, spotted, but non-lethal. There were 4 of them. Jesus. I didn't see most of them. Just to say, clearly not careful enough. Let's have a look at these. Coffin.
So this could be tampered with. Ashworth could be cut off from the void entirely. No more witchcraft. Now to activate it and sever Ashworth's connection to the void.
I'll do that in just a second. I feel like this will raise every fucking alarm in town. So let's use my shadow walk. To see what's up here. Rewire. Security key to the room. Usually rewiring isn't nice, but I want to rewire it to where it triggers nicely. Deliver the Roseboro prototype. I could do that. Okay, and then we're back into this room, which I can circumvent quite nicely. I don't know if that's too valid, but let's see that it is.
Useless.
Okay. This, so far, fairly cool. Question now is, how do I get anywhere? Street lamp is nice. I don't trust that. Yeah. I'm gonna reload for that. While immersive, I don't think I had hoped for that. We're back in the Bloodfly village. Okay.
I hate this wool. Itches like mad. Why can't I wear my regular clothes?
Of course, now we're all on edge. Someone's always claiming they've seen past. Filthy air. Disgusting.
I didn't think I left anything unobserved. Yeah, it was Dan.
What a pleasant surprise to see you again. Welcome back. I see you found the prototype.
Your acquaintance didn't make it.
It is a risky line of work, I'm afraid, but let's not dwell. I expect you'll be interested in payment. First your finder's fee, of course, and if you like, I can draw up some schematics based on the prototype, something you can use to modify your tools. And as a token of my appreciation, a discount at the shop.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have such a unique young lady in our store.
Thank you.
What a pleasant surprise to see you again.
2 new upgrades available. Ancient Howl's Bolt. Blinds enemies, causes witches to flee. Blinds enemies, causes wolfhounds to flee. These are very different upgrades than usual.
This is what I have for upgrading your
Masterwork. Wolfhounds or witches.
Bloodflies are worse here than any district in Kanaka. And it used to be such a prosperous district too.
I don't know, witches... Huh. Once installed, a Masterwork upgrade cannot be removed. If you install Ancient Hellboat, you will be able to install Deep Hellboat later. Yes.
No need to wrap it for you, I suppose.
Magazine, that's for the gun. Don't need it.
I look forward to the day when I can reopen my gallery.
Do I?
Farewell. And do think of us again.
Thank you. Alright, now to do the unfortunate bit where it's walk all the way back. It's kind of a nice exercise, this, I think. Figuring out how to go places again fairly quickly. Making sure you have a way back all the time. Kind of like it.
If I had 2, I'd give him 1. I still got it.
It's very hard for me to...
Whole family's stoned to death. Ugh, so disfigured. Fly nests all around them. Horrible.
Yeah, this is just a transitional spot by the looks of it. Does this have enough reach? Oh, it does. And if it does there, it has enough for here. Oh, there's 2 on the ground floor. Right there. Okay, this is bullshit. Oh, the skull that was right here. I was wondering what this glowing thing was. Turns out... Pop a little thing. Conservatory clear extended, we read that. Which one was that? I guess I'll find out. I keep missing it. It's healthy appetite. Food restores my health. Reflection on the journey to the Pendician continent. That one we've read. Who's this? Archive key. Nothing more interesting than the usual. Didn't imagine this would be an issue, honestly. Dogs. Silence surrounds me. Breaking and entering job. Use cliffside outside office window to get over fence. Drop down and enter basement through delivery door. Special display is on second floor. Enter through security room. Grab Roseberry prototype. Don't forget to disable alarm. Easy money. That's the guy. My guy. Well, he used to be, I guess. Not here. Chloroform.
Likes them where they are, so you'll have to tolerate them.
Yes, but sometimes I want to smash them into a bloody pulp, just to enjoy the silence.
Is this a riddle? We're talking about the...
I feel like I'm gonna immediately eat shit.
Not the love.
Blood flies adore us. We should find more of the newly dead, so they can make new nests.
right? Probably a gross misuse of funds, but does it have an effect? Absolutely. Wolfhound dead. Disincontinent Part 3. 2 unconscious witches. That's the archive door. Thank you.
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
Where would that be?
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world, changing the Empire from the home of Aramis Stilton 3 years ago. Across the Isles, all of us who'd been with her at Brigmore and before, we felt the magic return. Others joined. New faces, new blood. Now, Delilah is immortal. Forever. She holds Dunwall, and we've turned to corrupting the oracular order. The Overseers take guidance from their prophetic sisters, and soon we'll influence their dreams and visions.
So they want to influence the Abbey of the Everyman? By giving them fake hints and tips? I mean, I guess both the Order and the Abbey of the Everyman are kind of my allies currently, considering they're pretty much anti-witch, even though I myself am very magical. Thank you. What did I find? A weird pathway. And so the only thing that remains is that one? Correct? Absolutely. And then activate the lever on my way there. There's a bunch of witches in there. There's the switch box. There we go. But when I sever her, maybe the other witches around will also be disabled. I haven't thought of it too intently. Okay. Is there any reason for me to be any further up? No? Okay. Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
What will I do now? I'm ruined. That feeling. The things I could do. The touch of the void. Delilah. It was everything I had.
Can I talk to you?
Leave me alone. You've ruined me. Leave me be. That's it. I'm done. Leave me be.
See what my mum has to say about you.
16 years ago, it was just Brianna Ashworth and Delilah when they founded the Coven together. There's something she made from whale bones, more powerful than a simple charm. Loyal to Delilah, after death and across all these years. There's nothing else to say about her. Nothing of importance.
If you say so. I'm surprised it just teleported her there. I thought there was going to be some further... Should have put it further... influence necessary, I suppose. Unfinished letter to Delilah. We can't talk here, I write. When we can't talk, I write. There are things only you will understand. Daily, I feel my connection to the void growing, and through me your power calls out to those who would join our coven, new faces, new voices. Our bond is stronger than it was at Brigmore, yet you feel so far away. If we were together, I could say more. It is as if I can see beyond the air to another place and time. We have parted a curtain I never knew was there. Oh, Delilah, strange and beautiful whispers are carried on the breeze. I'm forever grateful for being your instrument. Proposal for Curator Hayden to Brianna Ashworth, Curator of Royal Conservatory. Although we have never met, we share occupations, overseeing cultural artifacts and historical oddities. You in Serkonos and me in Morley. I have heard much about you, and I have long admired the stories regarding your exhibits. To the matter at hand, I propose an artistic exchange. At the Morley Gallery of History and Sculpture, we have works by many of the greats, including Anton Sokolov himself. Additionally, we have many unearthed items of a much unusual quality, which never fail to amuse and bewilder the public. But we would like to broaden our coverage. To that end, would you be interested in an exchange? I am particularly eager to get my hands on some of your own works and your conservatory's collections of mechanized fauna. In high hopes, Finley Hayden, Curator, Morley Gallery of History and Sculpture. Oh, cute. Wait, there's a painting there. Done straightening up. Mistress Brianna, like you asked, I stored your audiograph recording in the archive down in the basement, and I tidied up around the oraculum just as you asked. Some of the others were talking about the old lenses you took out of the oraculum device after the accident, saying they were going to bury them lenses forever at the bottom of the ocean. Well, that didn't sound right to me, so I stored them in the effigies workshop in case you find them some use. All my other chores are done. I will go prepare your leche thistle tea. I am grateful for the second chance you've given me. I'm sure over time I'll feel Delilah's presence and learn the magic like my coven sisters. Please don't cast me out. I will make you an Empress Delilah proud, I promise. Karina, the sea. Slug splintering wedges. Oh, statue of Delilah.
As if you could ever hide your face from me, Emily. Little Black Sparrow, free from your cage at last.
It's done. Brianna Ashworth is no longer a witch.
You villain! You don't even know what you've done. A great bloom wilts and fades from the world.
Delilah, I will take apart everything you've built until I have what's mine.
Oh, Brianna. I don't believe we will speak again. The thought of seeing you reduced to such a pale, sad thing. It's too much to bear. I hate you for this, child.
I'm not only going to restore things to the way they were, I'm going to make them better.
That's a nice little bit right there. Especially because it adapted, I feel. Portrait, let's admire it. My fire burns with Brianna's marrow. That is very artistic, in not a pleasant way. Over there. I was here earlier. Can I hear this again? Because I rushed out.
I meant nothing to my fine family, beyond an advantageous marriage and years of childbearing. They promised me to a man 3 times my age who wheezed on about our wedding night. But a curious thing happened on the way to the altar, Delilah. From the first time I slipped out of the manor in the dead of night, there was no returning to my cage. Looking at the stars and drinking wine on a rooftop, I was free. Instead of seeing the overseers for marriage, I visited my father's banker and raced away from my old life toward Delilah. Those were the Coven's glory days.
Okay. With the right grass. Lots of very high definition skulls. There's more things that I would end up enjoying, I imagine. Just the fact that there's a whole dead body here. I don't know what this would power. Clearly they're left here for a reason. Hey, how's it going? Doing alright. Any dogs wandering around, perhaps? This is an entirely different section. Zirconian grapes everywhere. SD2, pretty tight. I'm having trouble falling from high places to be stealthful, but I'm trying to live with the consequences as much as I can. Yeah, roughly. The only thing about dog vision that I actually like is that they kept the sound of it. Every time I press dog vision, I want it to say, it hides dice. I love the ink sock poster. It's so good. I mean, it's a completely different engine, mind you. It used to be the same kind of orangish monochrome thing, which you would think they would want to change, since most of the game you're going to spend looking through this kind of piss filter. I find it more interesting that they made it kind of a pulsating radial effect. You can't see as far with it. Used to be able to see from like across a building into the next, it feels like. Alright, black bone charm notes. I've set out to craft a new bone charm and I hope to have it blacken, in keeping with those of greater power. It will complement the one I've carried since finding it within a mausoleum in Alba, though it is rare to meet others touched by the void. Summoners beware, for as long as I carry that bone charm, their rats and vermin will turn against them, and the new charm, if it works, will shield me against assassins. Okay, that's a lot. I'm still working on my protective charm. I've taken the Tivian Grey burn recipe and altered it, using much more burdock root. The instructions were vague and the safeguards it offers are weak. She's still not happy with it. Neither chamomile nor nasturtiums, I don't know how you'd say that, added to the mix gave me the right effect. Though they perfume the air quite nicely, I feel well protected from the unpleasant smells, but not much else. Now that's a burn charm you can rely on. I finally got it. Hellebore, of course, fermented and reduced over a low flame. It is rare to achieve this effect, where the burn charm turns darkest black, as I wanted. I am warded against the first bullet or bolt from an assassin's weapon. The initial shot that would fell me will instead change to blood flies in an instant. It's interesting. Oh, it gave me a clue. Excuse me? How so? Brianna Ashworth carries 2 burn charms. One protects her from summoned entities, turning them against the summoners. The other protects her from the first bolt or bullet. Oh, so if I ended up shooting her, which I luckily bumbled my way into not doing, it would have fizzled out. That's interesting. That's cool. Alright, let me just do a sweep. I don't see anything in particular.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies. Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here when you call to me.
Repeating herself now. I don't like that. Yeah, it's kind of the sailor superstition of, yeah, maybe if I shove enough magic in my coochie, it can be used as a contraceptive. I can't tell where walls are. See, that's one of the places where I looked and it was just a flat plane of orange. Meanwhile, that is pretty. Just looking around, I imagine I've missed quite a lot, considering that this entire courtyard area seems empty of everything, but still seems to matter. What can I do from here? Also that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Especially if you read the other 2 books where there's magic mirrors raised from whalebone tanks and shit like that. And then twin-bladed knives of immense power. Okay, now we're outside somewhere. Megan Foster's over there. And where's this? This is towards it. Look at that. There's 17 ways to get into this place, and none of them were, like, sensible. I just actually bumbled my way in. Which I guess is the most intelligent and straightforward way of doing it. This is the entrance because I remember walking past that, so I can... Yep. The corroded man, the unfortunately named Return of Dowd, and then Veiled Terror, which I haven't read yet. Is that the weird mesh? It is the weird mesh. Alright, I know my way around here. I can just leave. I also don't particularly like how Emily's little equivalent of blink works. It physically has to pull her towards it, so you will sometimes crash through things, and makes so much noise that why even bother? Oh yeah, I'm a serious motherfucker. You ain't got nothing. I've been drinking this Kool-Aid for a while. I'm really disappointed by the return of Dad, because obviously what the fuck is the point of the bring more witches then in the collect enough money to disappear thing? I hate it. I hate it so much. The entire Dowd farewell tour is just ruined. Why did I buy concert tickets to it? Oh yeah, upwards. Look at first this, and then what it just did like a second ago, where it decided, you know, I don't actually know where you're pointing me at. It wisened up, but it's, oh my god, can't stand it. Is there anything cool here? For sale. To whom? Aquaman? I mean, they say he walks around for a while and, you know, decides, now's the time to come back, because I have discovered my new goal, which is to stab a bitch with a ritual knife, which I need. Lemaire, are you a body or are you... What's going on here? Mine collapses, numerous casualties. Oh, you are sleeping. A representative from the Miners Family Committee reports that another silver mine has partially collapsed, leaving 8 miners injured and killing 12. The commute maintains that Duke's unrealistic production goals were the true culprit, citing the overlong shifts that have been in practice since mine owner Aramis Stilton disappeared. The mines are now managed directly by the Grand Palace until such a time as Stilton's return or until a new director can be found. However, the Grand Palace official statement blamed the collapse on human error and threatened to arrest anyone found guilty of demoralizing the people of Karnaca. We are the Karnaca Gazette. Currently support the effort to maintain Stockholm's unity. Thoughts go to the families of the injured and the guild. Also then, with Corvo's point, because there's less time travel and animation is harder to be seen and spotted, right? No, he just actually goes there. Like, he transposes physically. and then you get Dowd's version of Blink, which is even stupider because it stops fucking time. What are your thoughts on the Corroded Man? I liked it a little bit more than Return of Dowd. I think Zhukov was interesting, and I'm still hoping that someone references him at some point. So now I will display how I failed to do this. See? What am I hanging on?
Useless.
All of those faithful to the Abbey of the Everyman. I don't know if I mind it visually, I just find it very inefficient for what I want. Anyway, that's a nice little angle. I like that, I listened to some kind of interview at some point where they couldn't find a place. They wanted to make like a jungle area for these massive sort of sequoia-like trees. And they decided, you know what? No, we're actually just going to leave them in town. We're just going to have these massive fucking trees. There's no need to justify them. They look cool. Okay, Billy, look, what's going on?
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Emily, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
Isn't that a requirement for citizenship?
What I've got to say is not a joke. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit. Which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now. But I felt like you should know. There are things I regret.
All right, Megan. Thank you for opening up. If only a little.
I'm starting to feel like you deserve it. Are you ready to leave now?
Do you like Delilah first being introduced in Brigmore Witches? Thoughts on that? I think in this mission, like, actually like 15 minutes ago, we finally got some amount of recognition that Dowd did anything in Brigmore Witches. As in, like, he did something to Delilah, but then she came back. Apparently she was temporarily powerless because of Dowd. Which is weird considering that I trapped her in a painting forever. But now somehow she's back, and has powers again, enough to spread them around her witch's coven, obviously. And somehow, not in a painting, and lives forever, is immortal. I hope at some point they kind of clear up that shit, because at least keep it to... Like, I don't care if it involves the books in any way, but at least acknowledge the DLC in some way? No, it's some audiograph, I think, I've listened to a bit ago. I didn't think I read it. But it's one of those. Now I just want to know how the fuck is she back? Like, obviously there's kind of a video gamey explanation, but there's like two... Inside there are two wolves, obviously. One that shouts, even if I didn't non-lethally take it down with the painting that was supposed to house Emily in it, Dad would have stabbed the bitch and killed her for permanent real. And the other part of me is like, well, if she was in the painting, how did she fucking get out? And then again, I know in the back of my mind that the Veiled Terror is going to happen, and I've seen the cover for it. And I know the Death of the Outsider is going to happen as well. And I know from Return of Dowd that, you know, what's going to happen. So this begs the question, obviously Dowd is fucking around somewhere. How does he not hear a fucking squeak of this, other than doing his little adventure across the aisles to get the fucking dagger? I don't know. I guess I'll find out, won't I? That's the joy of the video game. If not this one, then the next one. I don't know if Veiled Terror is before Death of the Outsider or not. It probably has to be for it to make sense. I guess I'll find out. No doubt is objectively the best guy ever. To me, he does no wrong. Except once. But even then, still, kind of the coolest motherfucker. You don't get to be voiced by Michael Madsen, rest in peace, without being the coolest motherfucker in the entirety of the Isles. Like, come on. Don't tell me shit about the Veiled Terror. I don't want to know yet. I'll get there when I get there.
Yes. Let's go. Take me back to the Dreadful Whale.
Another step toward the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.
I failed miserably at everything. 5 bodies detected hurts. I don't know how that's possible. I mean, I guess I know how that's possible. But my overall chaos level is low, so I am still cool. And let's be honest, most of those hostiles were people stabbing their friends without knowing that I applied heavy coats of magic upon them. I missed 2 bone charms? How is that even possible? 1 painting, 2 blueprints. Oh my god, I will hate myself. 2 whole bone charms. I feel like I spun around with my little rune detection device powered by my mum. Sure. Alright, next playthrough is going to be interesting. Shrewd negotiations. Got the best price for the Roseboro prototype. Yeah, when he literally said, you know what? I will give you all of these things. That's shrewd negotiations. And then I didn't have anything to buy with it, because obviously, why would I? Parley with Delilah. Talk to Delilah Colwyn after eliminating Brianna Ashworth. Her right hand within the coven. That's cool. That was a cool scene. I like that you can still talk to the statue, much like in, God, what, it was in the rich guy's mansion. But was that Brigmore or was that Knife? I think it's Brigmore. Forever's severed Brianna Ashworth linked to the Delilah's magic, found the outpost that Vice Overseer Byrne was using to spy Brianna Ashworth. I mean, it was pretty far away from the conservatory. I'm kind of mad about, like, the blueprints and the paintings I can get, but not getting 2 burn charms is serious. It also took me only a slim 2 hours. Is it Knife? God damn. I get the 2 mixed up.
For several years, Delilah's been here, getting stronger, turning people against me. Why didn't I see it coming? What was I doing during that time? Pretending to listen at court, ruling through an army of bureaucrats, waiting for the next chance to get free of Dunwall Tower. Well, now I'm free. If only I could go back. Aramis Stilton was once an ally of the Duke. The owner of Karnaka's mines, Stilton lived in a fortified bunker at the heart of the Dust District. No one's seen him for years, since around the time Delilah started making her moves. But whether Stilton's alive or dead, his home holds the key to Delilah's immortality.
Inexplainable sentence. How the fuck did you figure that one out, honey? Oh, that somehow? Alright. Oh, what is that I wanted to say? Oh yeah, I really hate how in cutscenes the press F to skip button is always visible. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but I hate it. It's I just want to see the full image. Thank you. Let's do some enlightened reading. Dreadful Whale, meet Engine Circle to discuss your next steps. Don't worry, I'm not in a position to currently have a strong opinion on it either. Okay, it's not a finding. Is it a law? Dishonored 1 was so good we didn't need a sequel. Objectively true. DLCs were more than enough. I'd say probably better than base Dishonored in some regards. But it ended in such a nice way with all ends tied up. I didn't mind we ever had a sequel. 2 never existed, that's the least thing. Still miss it. Yeah, I was kind of surprised they went back. I would have thought they'd maybe like choose different characters too. Obviously they give you Emily. But so far I'm not too chuffed with Emily as a character. Like Corvo as a silent protagonist was obviously cool and interesting because he was vaguely just Gordon Freeman in like Gareth from Thief cosplay. And so you could just think anything about him. Like every once in a while you'd read something about him, you know, being like first in class and the Siconian god and everything, but you didn't really get to see much of that until 2, where he actually has to be a character for a little bit. And I imagine I guess it's not an if, when I do the Corvo playthrough, I will also not be too happy about how Corvo is characterized, because I think he should just not have a character at all. Like, Emily is really too opinionated to fit in. Like, she's not really spoiled by any means, but like her concerns are very petty and very small. And I think the fact that they really just have no allies whatsoever other than Billy Lurk in disguise, Anton Sokolov, and that's kind of it. Like, whereas before the Hound's Pit pub was kind of interesting and you had a lot of people to talk with, even if it was just like random servants walking around after the Pendletons, you know? You'd still get to, like, have some extra on top of that. Here, not so much. Like, it's just either Emily pretty much doing her little solo adventure, or Corvo doing his second tour of this whole thing to, like, save his... I mean, I guess Corvo has more of a reason. Even though Save My Dad is not as good as Save My Daughter and Empress, in a sense. Yeah, that would be the implication that he was talking, but they were clever about it. I liked that. D1 was one of those games, those one-off games that just got ported to next gen and PC, and we're golden. That's it. That's all we need. I mean, it works fine on PC. I don't know how long it's gonna work well, but hopefully that. Oh. And I attribute a lot of the things I don't like in Dishonored 2 to the engine change, for one reason or another. Like the fact that these menus have to constantly shift left and right as I am reading text on them, while stylistically cool and all, I wish it was bound to like my mouse movement instead of it just being a flat animation that happens every 2 seconds. With Emily not on the throne, she, in a way, had more support than her actually being on the throne, and everyone who would be her friend, they just disappear into the wind. Yeah, like, obviously you have Wyman. In the books, you have, like, Corvo talking to, like, the leader of the Crown Guard, the City Watch, the River Watch, those kind of guys. Those can't really be characters in this, I suppose. But, like, I don't know how you even spin this game as that. Like, you have people on the inside whispering to you and Billy Lurk about what Delilah's doing. That might have been cool. Because right now, Emily's entire justification for being angry at Delilah, who she just figured out existed, I guess, because she never really came into contact with her in any way. Like, even when Dad was doing it, it was kind of a remote control Emily situation, and not really get her here and stuff her in the painting. So, I don't know, she's just mad because Corvo is turned into stone and it's not correct. I'm actually the Empress. My mom died so that I could be the Empress of the Isles. I don't know. Like, maybe just... And they intentionally send Wyman off on some kind of work trip for like months on end so that she could just do this while her fucking boyfriend is not in town. How convenient. Yeah, see, here it is. Bringing back Delilah is the thing. Can I play this?
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world, changing the Empire from the home of Aramis Stilton 3 years ago. Across the Isles, all of us who'd been with her at Brigmore and before, we felt the magic return. Others joined. New faces, new blood. Now, Delilah is immortal. Forever. She holds Dunwall, and we've turned to corrupting the oracular order. The Overseers take guidance from their prophetic sisters, and soon we'll influence their dreams and visions.
Like, this single audiograph has as much connection you get to the events of Brigmore Witches as whatever. Like, after she fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost and the coven scattered. And then somehow, from the void, from the painting she was shoved in, contacts Brianna and Duke Abel. Then they go to Aramis Stilton, who's the next level, so obviously there's going to be some development there. 3 years ago, they find a way to bring her back, immortal. And that's kind of it. That's all we have for the moment. Let me catch up. You could say that they were killed / imprisoned by Duke Abel and his allies, but in my opinion, if you're going to have that happen, then say that clearly. Instead of we usurp you, now we rule. And then that's it. There's like no resistance movement or anybody. Surprisingly not, I guess, because of the crown killer insinuations. That kind of got cleared up a little bit in the Adamir Institute, but still not by much, I feel. Like, we figure out who the actual crown killer is. And it's kind of a non-magical situation. She just gets fed this elixir that turns a kooky in the head. And she does it anyway. But, like, obviously these were targeted assassinations to make sure that Emily looks like she's a killer. I don't know. I feel like it just needed something. And there's one piece of text. Let me see if I can find it. It was something about the oracular order. It might be a newspaper. When mine collapses. Now these clockwork ones, where is it? Is it in lore? No. Which one was it? That's weird. Where did I see that? Oh no, this was it, wasn't it?
Curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I've believed Ashworth has some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the Oracular Order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the Oracular Order?
Like, there was something else I feel like I read, but this is part of it. Where it's obviously the Abbey of the Everyman and the Oracular Order are a little bit suspicious of the fact that Delilah is Empress, because obviously she's magic. What is that statue of Corvo Atano doing in the front fucking porch if there's no magic involved? What do you mean she's not a witch? Obviously the crown, not the crown, but the Abbey of the Everyman is just throwing daggers out of their eyes at Delilah at this point. And it's clever that they thought about that and had Brianna Ashworth tried to influence the Oracular Order and give them visions that would abide the suspicions of the overseers. That's clever, and it's nice if you think about it for more than 2 seconds. But for most people, I imagine, who don't know of the dynamic between the Abbey of the Everyman, Delilah being Empress and a witch, and what the fuck the Oracular Order is, none of that makes sense, right? And even then, when Corvo was trying to fight Zhukov and the Corroded Man in the Boyle Manor, he had overseers with music boxes, even though he knew that it would fuck him up. Even though that somehow, okay, that's one thing about the Corroded Man I don't like, is that there's a bone charm that protects you from the magic of the music boxes and the ancient music. That, to me, is fucking bullshit. That's actual horseshit. How the fuck? Right? Anyway. But the fact is, like, Corvo clearly has some sort of connection with the Abbey of the Everyman, because not only is he Royal Protector, right? But he's also Royal Spy Master at the same time. So he has to talk to the church. He has to, you know, be in cahoots with them, even though they obviously possibly don't know that he's touched by the outsider. So why am I not talking to the church at any point? I would really love to you know, have a word as former Empress of the Empire, not branded a heretic in any way. I should have safe haven. But then again, a couple of missions ago, there was like an actual Abbey headquarters thing. It wasn't in Clockwork Manor, wasn't it? Oh, I'm already forgetting. The short-sightedness of my memory is fucking terrible. Anyway, it was like on a corner and you could enter there and like steal a corpse and bring it back to someone. It was like, wasn't that the first mission? It was before Admire. Yeah, it's the street level before Admire Institute. Why were those enemies hostile to me? For any fucking reason other than, I guess, breaking in. It makes no fucking sense. None. I fucking love that he chose to call himself Azurai. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, it did, because Zhukov had magical corroded burn charms that could resist the ancient music. Which I will reiterate is fucking bullshit. What does that mean? How does that exist? That's stupid. My runes. Oh, and hands, you say? I probably should invest in this so that I can pass by things. I was ignoring it for the most part. I guess, can't I? It's gonna cost me 6 again. No chance of corruption when crafting burn charms with 3 traits. Still a low chance of corruption with 3 burn charms with 4 traits. Okay. And that was the first time Corvo came across them, must have been? What, the boxes or the charms? Because the charms were like a made-up Deus Ex Machina thing. The boxes, he's obviously seen some of those because they played during Boyle Manor before. And I think there was like another mission. Maybe for Campbell, there was music boxes. No. And what does this help me against? Summon a shade of yourself that attracts enemies. Believe they've eliminated any threat in the area and will transition to a lesser lit state. Okay. Maybe. But Mesmerize seems better. It's very expensive, but the anti-charm bullshit effect. Oh, you said something. Uh-huh. I want to say what chapter. Did you realize what happened to Esme Boyle in the abandoned site of the Boyle Manor? That was my favorite chapter. Don't know what other people think reading it my first time. It was fucking beautiful. It's clever. It was nice. Yeah, I'd say it was cool. There's some parts of the corroded man that were very boring, but for the most part it was entertaining, I think. I liked the stuff in Tivia more. To me, hearing anything about Tivia and this stupid, like, judicial system was much cooler. And then the fucking prison that's so far away that there's no prisoners in it whatsoever. Everyone there is a free man. They can just never leave because they'll freeze to death. That's such a Dishonored cool thing. Thank you. Was you having a good time? Oh. Yes. it was a cool book. It was a cool book. It had like a gimmick, and a clever thing happened. Now, having Emily, Deus Ex Machina, and Paul, the twin-bladed dagger from a floating piece of mirror crap, is very much, you know, fate hanging you the successful win at the end of the day, but that's fine. Can't have it all. Yeah, I don't remember what they called. I'm pretty sure it was still a prison, but it was just filled with free men. And that little scene of Zhukov and another guy crawling under the ice in makeshift tunnels only to reach some kind of weird ancient ritual site. That was cool. And like the excuse, the reason why he's even corroded to begin with is because the way he uses mirrors to transport himself. And he used the reflection of the ice, which wasn't always super pristine and clean. Yeah, I am. You're welcome, I guess. We aim to please. Oh. I don't know, Zhukov was cool. Zhukov was nice. It's a shame that I'll probably never hear a word about him ever again in any of these games. Simply too cool to exist. I'm really upset that they had those, like, assassin husband and wives, what are they called? I think it was like Mr. and Mrs. D something. Forget their names because they ended up being so fucking inconsequential to the entirety of Return of Dowd. I actually hated that. Stupid. No, the idea is that if Jessamine hadn't died, the rat plague would have overwhelmed Gristle and just completely ruined everything. Like, it would have been a worse future. The cure would have never been discovered because Piero and Sokolov would have never had a reason to, like, get together and reconcile their differences to figure out how to make the rat plague cure. So, in a sense, if you never had to go and save Sokolov and bring him back to Handpit's pub where he would talk to Piero, they never would have figured out how to stop the plague. So Jessamine would have been alive, but she would have been an empress to a dead empire. Which makes sense in a time-windy way. I'm not too upset about that. And also the threat of, what do they call it, the Great Burning? Of the Great Fire? That's interesting, in a way. I don't know what it means, but it's there. It's kind of a nice, looming cosmic threat. Yeah, because they couldn't stand each other's guts, is what they could. Two fucking science dudes? Natural philosophers? Hate that. I still love how 99% of these passives are just fucking terrible. What does this give me again? Rapid sprint. Sprint faster. Take less falling damage. Bullshit. I don't know. I'm a weird guy. I have strong beliefs. Dishonored's cool. I don't think anyone was meant to think about it for such an intense period of time to figure out this shit. But I am looking forward to figuring out what's happening with the Delilah immortality thing. I'm in general interested in seeing where this shit goes. I'm not as chuffed about the gameplay of it all, but story-wise, mildly interested still. I think I might enjoy Corvo's playthrough a little bit more, knowing that, you know, I will know where things are, and so the gameplay wouldn't be this much me being surprised by where things are and where to go. Maybe I'll find some more notes. But yeah. Alright, let's save this for tomorrow. As much as I wouldn't like to do that. Oh my god, I've never opened the tutorial menu. Oh. Is that true? Can't be. And then we'll spend another fucking hour walking around the dreadful whale. Just dicking around, talking to people. As always tends to be the case. The oddly really cool episodes, because I don't imagine anyone spend more than 5 minutes in the dreadful whale for any reason whatsoever. And I'm somehow getting like an hour of dicking around in it. Just seeing what's changed. Even though it's objectively not a lot, but it's still cool. It's okay because I know what it's like. I live that life every day in different games and stuff. That same general thought process. Yeah. Oh, it's so good to be on vacation. It's so good to sit down and play video games. Thank you all for being here. Hope you had a good time. I certainly did. We'll be back tomorrow. What I imagine will be roughly around this time, maybe like an hour early. And we'll dick around more in this. I don't know if we'll get like a full mission out of it, but I'll sure as hell try. I'm too busy currently having a serious Persona 3 addiction on my Steam Deck. That shit is poison and is ruining my life. I can't go to the toilet without fusing demons. It's a life choice that I've made, and now I have to stick with it. But in order to keep things interesting for myself, I will be trying to do more shows. So hopefully, see you there. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Take care.
The funny Ted impression.
A funny Ted impression.
Hey guys, what the fuck's going on? Watch ARTV now! Yeah, bitch!
Hey, that's Ted. That's awful. That's awful.
I figured the Arty viewers probably know who Ted is.
Hey guys, Twitch TV Tedverse here. Watch Arty live or I will. Ooh, I'll kiss you on the lips. Angrily. After not brushing my teeth.
I'm Twitch TV Tedverse. I don't brush. Don't use that one. Don't even be mad at me. He would call me out on Twitter and say, ArtyTV Live? More like, ArtyTV Live. Do that. That's a good one. I'm gonna eat this apple pie now. Too late. Called out already.